Welcome to the present. If you are joining us for the first time or you just stumbled, don't worry, you're not in the wrong place. You're welcome to the present. Strike a like on the video, very important. Subscribe, you're yet to subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. Let me repeat myself one more time. Like the video, very important for the growth of the channel. Please kindly support the channel by liking the video, subscribe, you're yet to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I'm here with my resident analyst, Mr. Efosa. How are we doing today?
I'm doing very well, bro. I'm doing very well. You?
I'm great so far. As my
Okay.
season so far, I'm great. Despite the hula baloo, the noises, the craziness. Oh, Arsenal have not been playing well. Look at the table. What does it tell you? It's 9 games. And let me say once again, congratulations to Tottenham for winning the Premier League after 9 games. Seeing their fans are in some kind of euphoria, they're euphoric, they're excited. Shout out to Tottenham for winning the 9 game Premier League season. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
So we're here to discuss season thus far. So let me give me a brief synopsis of what you think about the seasons thus far.
I think the season has been good. The season has been good. We are, unfortunately, we are not unbeaten throughout the season. We've only lost one game.
Yep.
Um, in the EPL, well, first of all, we'll start off with the EPL. Came out second last year, finished second, 5 points behind Manchester City. So far, after 9 games, we are third, level on points with Manchester City and 2 points behind league leaders Tottenham. So it's a very good season so far. Um, we look at who we look at the Champions League. You can look at Manchester City; they've already lost 2 games. Tottenham have drawn 2. They are one of the teams that we drew.
Yeah.
Remember, this out of 9 games, we played Manchester United, we played Tottenham, we played Manchester City, and we played
The
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Now, the argument when I hear some fans is I don't understand. You people allow Chelsea fans to tell you Chelsea is a top team, right? Chelsea are saying they are a top team. Now, isn't it a good thing that we went to a top team's home and we drew, especially when we were losing 2-0? So
Yeah.
it's a very good thing. So I don't see why people are, getting like we forget that there are phases. Tottenham too, they will play some very tough opponents.
Sure.
You understand? So they were okay. They played Liverpool. We all know how that one went. When they played Manchester United, we also saw how Manchester United went.
Yeah.
Twice, both teams were robbed against Tottenham. Liverpool, they had a goal that was
Disallowed.
rightfully disallowed, and the VAR were being, very unprofessional. At the end of the day, it was the PGM well. You understand? Now you look at the game against Manchester United. What we had as a handball, a penalty for us, Manchester United had it at the same time, the same kind of handball, and where they were dominating Tottenham. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, they weren't giving the handball.
Sure.
So we've played 4 top teams that people are saying are top teams. We've drawn 2, we beat 2.
So
And I think that's a very good thing.
yeah,
Now,
that's a fair appraisal.
yeah, now one of the draws was Fulham. On the day, if we were finishing better, we should have beaten Fulham. You understand?
Yeah.
And in that particular game, we still forget when people say, but we conceded 2 goals against Fulham. We gave Fulham a goal first minute of
To the
play.
game.
Yeah, where Saka, made a pass. Unfortunately, it was to a Fulham player. And that, I don't even think he wanted to chip the ball, but
Yeah.
I just feel he was just lucky and scored. Now, I'm now going to look at the game so far. We've done well. Now, in the Champions League, you see, sometimes we can look at the Champions League and say this person is, Lons is not that kind of team that we should be losing to. Yes, they're not the kind of team that we should be losing to. But everybody is playing in the Champions League.
Sure.
This was a team that finished second, 1 point behind PSG. Now, they may be going through some trouble in the league, but we also have to remember some teams may be going through troubles in their league, but they are very good in the Champions League or in the other European competitions they are playing.
Or when a big team rolls around, they double their efforts.
Yeah, especially when they're at home, they feel, oh, the fans are behind them.
Sure.
And guess what? They will just, let's rally up. So unfortunately, we lost that game. And I still say it, we had some good chances. Their goalkeeper was the man of the match for me that day. Then you still have to look at Sevilla. We went to a very tough ground and we won. So all in all, okay, look at even Brentford away in the Carling Cup.
Yeah.
All in all, I think we've done well. Now the FA Cup hasn't rolled around,
That will
so
be next year,
next year.
in the new year.
So we've done, yeah, but we've done very well. So when people are complaining about this, that, we need to understand someone that we know is tough or a very good team, you tend to prepare for them very well because you don't want to be steamrolled.
Sure.
Teams now we steamrolled other teams last year. So now teams are now very cautious. They just don't come out. So Arteta is kind of sacrificing a little bit of attacking commitment, just a little bit, to be more balanced. Now that doesn't mean we are not more offensive, even our balance, but we are much more defensively sound than last season. So
what you're saying is that people are overly emotional, overly reacting, because the way I see it, right? I get it. I understand their side of the argument. Last season, we're playing aesthetically pleasing football, we're attacking, but there's something people are not saying. For the first 10 games, we had a consistent starting 11.
Yes.
This season, we've not had that same luxury. This season, why are people not putting that in perspective in analyzing the games we've played? I get
it. Because they don't analyze the game.
I get it, we can do better. We should be more aesthetic, please, more expansive. And I understand that last season, they've seen how we played. Teams will overly prepare better for us.
Yes.
But we need to have a fair balance. Like, we've not had Jesus, Martinelli, and Saka play together until the Chelsea game, right?
Yeah.
We've had them play together this season, right? Yeah. We've had passing in and out. We've had Rice out of the second half of the Spurs game.
Yeah.
The team fluidity and gelling system has not been A1. So I think it's a tad unfair for our friends on the other side who are destructively, in my opinion, analyzing the team because of some clicks and likes and traction. I think it's a bit unfair, and I think Arsenal fans, it's high time. The game is an emotional game. Well, can we be a bit more sensible in what we listen to and how we react to this analysis?
Yeah, bro, like what you said is the truth. They don't analyze the game. I remember even Gabriel Magalhaes didn't start against the season. Yeah. Remember, for the first 3 games, he didn't start.
So people say that's Arteta's fault, not their fault.
You said?
Some people push back and say that's Arteta's fault for not starting him because he was available.
Yes, but we don't know why. Ruben Dias last year didn't start playing for Man City, but he was available. He was on the bench. The only way he started playing for Man City, Nathan Ake was ahead of him in the pecking order. And the previous season, he was the best defender. What happened? They went to play Newcastle away, where they drew 3-3, if I remember correctly. They drew 3-3. In that game, Stones and Ake were playing. When Ake got injured, they had to take off Ake and bring on Diaz. That was how I started playing. You understand? So sure. If you're going to say, "Oh, Man City is the standard," look, the Man City did it last year. Why would we give Man City a free pass and we're not giving Arteta a free pass?
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I understand your point clearly.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That why would they do it? They are willing to give, be fair. Let's be consistent along all grounds, or across all grounds, rather. So if I looked at that, I said, okay, fine, right? It was Zinchenko didn't start the season. All the people saying Zinchenko this, Zinchenko that. Zinchenko, when he came in last year, was a breath of fresh air.
Sure.
So sometimes, even when in our game, we forget that in as much as they can criticize Zinchenko and all that, I just use Zinchenko, and when Zinchenko is there, he frees Odegaard because he can pick a spectacular pass. He's someone who is very good to, he can twist his body anyway and pass the ball. So all these things, we are having the first time we had our consistent team that played well for us last year was against Chelsea, of which even Jorginho is not part of that. It was
It's not
supposed
part
to
of
be
that.
Rice and Partey.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we don't know what is happening with Partey, even if they say it's a small muscular injury. It may be, it may not be.
Okay.
But that was what we saw. Now we also remember new players came into the team. Kai, Declan
Right.
Rice, even Urian Timber who came in got injured.
Yeah.
First game of the season, unfortunately for us. So now we're now looking at everything. Yes, things are changing. We have to evolve to still stay relevant. Because these people would not be saying the same thing if we were losing games or if we were like seventh.
Sure.
When Man City had 4 points, they were like, Man City has won the league. They've already taken the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, you understand? All of a sudden, we are now level on points with Manchester City. So now they'll be looking at Tottenham. Oh, Tottenham are so great. Let's focus on your team. Let everybody breathe. Stop making assumptions. Oh, what if they do invincibles?
It's too early for that. It's too early to be getting drunk on the hype train of Tottenham Hotspur, even though they are arch rivals and arch enemies. But come on, it's 9 games. Spurs fans told us, even at 20 games last season, that we're getting a bit too excited. But I find it very rich and wealthy that at 9 games, they've won the league.
You saw that clip I sent to you.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, the lady was like, calm down, calm down. She has been supporting Spurs for 45 years. Even was it a Tottenham guy, was on Football Terrace, when they were like, he said, when Tottenham fans are getting ahead of themselves, he said, let everybody remember, Arsenal were doing so well last year. One injury was what it took. Yeah. Everything went down the drain. I want to say went down the drain, but
him crashing a little bit.
Yeah. So if they now have 2 injuries at once, what are they going to say? Everybody's going to be like, oh, because of an injury. These things can happen. That's why Arteta prepared. Because we are not top of the pile doesn't mean we are not going to be there
after 9 games. For me, after 9 games, like, come on. It's not that we are being led by 10 points or 5. It's 2 points after 9 games. So where is this hysterical, this excitement, or is this hyperbole that is being pushed? So for me, in the Premier League so far, I'm not disappointed. Can we play better? I will appreciate us playing better. But guess what? As a reasonable fan who has been watching football for a lot of years, I've seen fans complain, yeah, we are playing well, but we are not winning anything.
That's why against Chelsea, I didn't care. If Chelsea fans want to complain and cry, see, go and give them a bucket, give them a towel, so when they are crying and they mix and they are, wiping their face, they can squeeze the tears into a bucket. I don't care. Because these were the same people when Arsene Wenger would take our team, who board out their pensioners club out, then Drogba will manage and score 1 goal, another person will flash a goal. They'll be like, we'll be telling them, but we played better. I say, fine football, no, they win you anything.
Exactly.
They better be dreaming.
So let's respond to Mr. Akin. Shout out to Akin Morgan for coming through. Hello, bro. This YouTube notification doesn't work. Maybe you should check your settings. I understand YouTube be glitching and tripping sometimes. So, but I appreciate you for still joining us, for finding time out of your busy schedule for joining us. Shout out to you guys. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, you're subscribe. Those are favor. Make sure you keep sharing the video and liking. Shout out to you, Akin Morgan, for joining us this time. So, now, we spoke about the Premier League. And once again, I'm going to reiterate myself. Congratulations to Spurs for winning the 9-game Premier League so far. So we discussed about the Champions League. There's a player I want us to talk about who in the last few games have been doing very well. And I heard some Arsenal fans last time trying to say we should sell him, which I find very, very interesting and jarring. Takehiro Tomiyasu. For me, even last season, he was blighted with a lot of injuries. And then during the summer, some Arsenal fans will have the nerve to say we should sell him. This is I'll call him a utility player at the highest level meaning he
Yes.
can play across the back line and give you at least 7.5/10 consistently
Yes.
across the back line. But some fans had the nerve to suggest get rid. What do you think?
Idiocy is a free thing.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, you don't pay for it, so that's why you can exhibit it.
exactly. You're right.
You look at Tomiyasu. Since Tomiyasu came to Arsenal, Tomiyasu has been sensational.
Yeah.
Let's not kid ourselves. This guy has done like right wing, left. I keep saying it. The injury
Do
we
you mind?
missed.
Do you mind? Let me just keep that
Yes, please
thought.
do.
Keep that thought. You're going to continue. Let me just read this chat from Aki Morgan. I got the same energy that you told me to have last season. They all didn't care that we played well, fantastic last season. It was all about results. So I don't care how it looks. Get the result. Exactly. See, they love to move the goalpost. For me,
Yes,
I would love an elaborate, aesthetically pleasing performance, but
yes,
result comes first. I'm sorry.
yes, of course.
Don't confess. So continue your thought. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, no problem, no problem. It was
Yeah,
necessary.
yeah,
When I said it last time, I said Tomiyasu was the injury that killed us last season. Now, I'm not saying Saliba's didn't, but
yeah.
Tomiyasu's was more,
Impactful.
impacting because we had Ben White who could move over to centre back
Sure.
and Tomiyasu who could play right back
Right
or
back.
even play him as centre back, anyone. But what happened? He also injured on the same day, the same match we were playing, and I think the same time.
Yeah.
So it was very unfortunate for us. This injury was so bad. And the fact that what do they call the fact that everybody, was now saying, I get when some people were saying, okay, if you had said because of his injury problems, because last season or 2 seasons ago, his injury, he had that injury, it's a similar injury issue. That was how we went to what do they call this? Tottenham, and we lost
Yeah,
when it was
exactly.
settled.
That was two
So
seasons ago. Exactly.
yes, 2 seasons ago. So I get when some people were complaining because he didn't really play last year. He came back, relatively during the season. Then now, I think he played against Liverpool when we beat them 3-2 at the Emirates. Now went to on another injury, came back. Then when he started playing little by little, he now had that long injury again. So
Again.
I can understand when people were saying sell. If it's because of the injuries and you're scared, he should not be having too many injuries. We are seeing it like Partey's case.
Pause. I'll push back on that. Before I push back on that, Aki Morgan comes and said, "Be honest, guys. You worried about Spurs? LOL. Best at the Premier League history. Oh shit. Nah. It's like it's like you saying I'm worried about my side chick. Nah." I'm not worried about Spurs. It's just the fact that their fans are making a meal of this. It's 9 games. You don't win nothing in 9 games. You don't even win it at 18 games, at 20 games. So why should I be scared? It's just cynical. And regarding the point you made about Tomiyasu, right? I understand when you're saying injuries could prompt or tempt you to want to sell. But look at the context of the injuries. The first season, it was relatively injury-free. But you look at the
Yeah,
context of the injury, come on, especially the long-term injury he had against that Man City game, he twisted his knee. He went for a tackle that was very innocuous. It can happen to anybody. So
yeah.
for you to say let's get rid of a quality player because of a few injuries in one season out of context, I think that's a sport from Arsenal fans sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I said I can understand. That's why I said I can understand. I remember when we signed this guy. I don't know if you remember him, Debuchy
Oh, I remember him, the
from
French defender.
Newcastle. And he was, for me, he was looking good, like a guy that would have made a huge difference.
Yeah.
But what changed his Arsenal career? A contest with those footballing brigands that should be banned. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, Stoke.
Yeah.
And the guy pushed him against his distance. That's how he had an injury. His career ended.
Yeah.
He came back. The next injury he had was the same length of injuries. So that was the fear I could understand. In this particular case, why I say so is, me, I'm very logical. Why I say so is I can understand when people have flashbacks because of the list of injuries we've always had at Arsenal. Let it not be a case where everybody, this guy, oh, he was doing so well. Now, injury upon injury upon injury, if there's an opportunity. Don't get me wrong. If I can get Tomiyasu fit a full season, I am one of the happiest because I know what he can do for me. And he began to, and we saw it after a few games. It was for him to, why I feel he didn't do well for those first games was because he hadn't gotten up to speed.
Sure.
Now that he's getting up to speed, we saw him play center back against
Brentford.
He was, yes. We saw him play center back for Japan against Germany.
Superb.
He was unbelievable. So now we are still seeing him playing the left fullback. We saw when he came on against Chelsea, Sterling did not have anything to do anymore because this time there was somebody
proper defender. Proper defender.
Yeah. Then we saw him against Sevilla. Really, really good. Very good. He's played like sometimes I was looking at Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu was all looking like, is this Zanetti that is playing for me or what? It was looking very good. So I really enjoyed it, and more grace to him. Let him do more.
Another point I would like to make that if you look at last season, right, and I think Arteta is trying to improve on this. Last season, Arteta was bringing players from the cold too much. You won't play him for 5 games, you just throw into it. See, these people are not even machines. You need to oil them for them to function properly.
Definitely.
So I think that contributed to the injury he had. You were just being thrown after not playing for 6 games. That can affect the performance and the efficacy of players, in my opinion. I'm not a paramedic, but I'm just looking at after I've seen the game for a long time. From that, what contributed. From Tomiyasu is a closer member of this team. Nobody's getting rid. I'm happy we kept him. Hopefully, let's pin him to a new contract. I think is very vital, especially if you understand the fact that Zinchenko in the last few games has not been effective. I love Zinchenko. I'm not saying bin him because people like to move from extreme to extreme. Zinchenko has not been at his best for the last few games. Maybe it's time for him to be on the bench so he can get his mojo back, get his motivation back, so that he can get back to the team. So
this is the reason. Sorry for cutting you short.
No, finish. Yeah, finish.
But this is the reason we bought all the players we have. Sure. It's for moments like this. You're not going to. We can't be saying, "Oh, a player doesn't play well, bin him." Like it makes no sense. This is why we brought in other players so that other players can get some rest, and we know that the quality coming in is like for like. So when people are making, a fuss out of everything, I don't get it.
No, it is a modern fan. Sometimes everything is extreme. There is no midpoint. Oh, if he's not doing this, just bin him. Can we just calm down? That's why you see the overreaction that has become a commercial tool for content creators. I'm not being hypocritical. I want to make money from my content, but I will not be so shameless to do certain things that people do these days, all for traction. I'm not willing to do that. Make your money. If you want to make your money, God bless you on that. But let your audience know that it's for the money, not for the love of the team. You can't be doing certain things. I'm not saying we should come here and pander to Arteta, pander to Arsenal, pander to Josh. But let's be objective. Let's be logical. Let's analyze this thing for the best of our knowledge and the information available for us to analyze. Not going from extreme to extreme. That's what I will not stand for or support. So let me take this off the screen. Let's go to this man because he has been getting a bit of the flack. Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta, some people were actually suggesting that maybe he's not the man that will take us to the glorious land, which I think is far-reaching. I think is very, very... It just shows the mindset of human beings these days. They don't want any little hindrance, any little setback. Replace. So what do you think?
Well, that's why we should be entertaining mad people. This was how Simeone began at Atletico Madrid. Now see where Atletico Madrid is. Or see where Atletico Madrid are. Arteta, for me, showed how you can come into a place, destroy it, and build it from the ground up.
Sure.
we cannot say this guy is not the guy. We saw the way he made these players play last season.
Sure.
You understand? He trained most of these players to be. Look, are we talking about his scouting knowledge?
Talent ID.
Look at, yes, talent ID, why he wants this player, what he knows this player can do for him. Are we talking about his staff? Because I said it before, Xabi Alonso was who he wanted as an assistant manager. But Xabi Alonso was doing his coaching badge. Now, fast forward, go and check the German league and see where Xabi Alonso's team is.
Sure.
They are top of the league. So, Arteta's first thing, talent ID. Now, does he want to play attacking football? Yes. What does he have again? He has that dog football in him.
Yeah.
Where we will not just give. We saw it the first season when we beat Man City to the FA Cup.
We beat Chelsea and Man City.
Man City.
To the FA Cup.
You understand? So you look at that, then you now look at how he let a lot of players go, brought in new ones. When he brought in the new players, he now started teaching them. That same season when he brought in the new players, let's not forget, we lost our first 3 games.
Sure.
Then we almost qualified for the Champions League. You understand? People told us that as we didn't qualify for the Champions League, we will never play in it. It don't go.
Exactly. Imagine that. Yeah.
The next season, what happened? He did us one better. He competed
for the
league. After 1, being robbed. 2, losing his key players with a relatively small squad. So, I've seen all these things. Evidence has shown that these things can be done. Now, what did I see that he put in these guys? Mentality. We forget that our team is a young team.
Yeah, relatively. Yeah, a young team. Yeah.
It's a young team. So, and this team has mentality of comeback. We've seen them last year, 1-0 down. You still know that all we need is 1 goal. Remember against Aston Villa, people were doubting also this one. What happened? 2-1 down, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2.
We won the game.
Yeah. So now, you now also have to look at it. I've seen mentality. I've seen this team break positive records. I've seen players grow. We've seen all these things. If this same guy did it before, and this season, what is giving me confidence is his, would I say, ability to be flexible. Ability to recognize that everybody is not going to allow us stroll and beat them.
Yeah, that's not possible. Yeah. So that's why sometimes I always look at people when they analyze the game from one part, like the team you're playing against, they are not a bunch of props or mannequins. Yeah. Like, come on, give the other team some credit in analysis.
I think that's what it is. Most people don't want to give the other teams credit. Oh, we did it before, should be able to do it again. Football doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way. Nothing in life works that way. Even in boxing, that is just not a team game, it's a solo game. Sometimes you, like Mike Tyson will say, you can have all the plans, you get punched in the face.
I'm telling you.
I'm not advocating for any kind of violence or any sport, but it's figuratively. Yeah.
Yeah, Usman Kamaru was playing the guy that took the belt from him.
Yeah.
He was dominating the guy. It was an easy game. He was just, everything was good. The guy mistakenly hit him in his, private part. That was how he lost focus. Few seconds to the end of the game, the guy hit him on the face. That was how he lost the belt. It was the guy didn't do anything, and he even suffered being hit in his private part. And we all know how it is if you're a man. Yeah. How it's the pain. So people coming, we are in the Champions League. We are not playing. We have to be flexible because playing in the Champions League is different from playing in the Premiership.
Premier League, yeah.
Because you can go and play. You're playing teams from Germany with different tactics. From Spain, we saw how it was against Sevilla.
Very slow and lethargic and boring.
It was a slow game.
Yeah.
It was a slow game. So we saw how we also, that was what made me, very happy about the team, that we could also take possession from a
Yeah.
team like that, also dictate how we wanted to do, starting from the back, forward, every single thing. So when someone is coming to tell me Arteta should be replaced, by whom? The problem is you want to call the Zerbi. The Zerbi that is a guy that he loves the way he opens the buttocks of his team.
Yeah.
It's like a foul when the wind is blowing. Like, can we just be serious and be intelligent? Because this thing stems from jealousy of another team's coach.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
It's
So
the
things are
immaturity. It's the immature fans that are pushing this agenda because he looks good at that side. Mine must be bad. Life doesn't work like that. Life, unless you're a raging bastard that you every time go and compare somebody else's father to your father.
But bro, that is what some people are. It's not a matter of that's if you live a life of comparison every time,
Yeah.
you begin to lose self-esteem for yourself.
Yeah.
Some people that look down on themselves are actually one of the best human beings that exist. But when you can't look beyond, other people and you don't look to yourself, you will not become that. And I'm looking at Arsenal. Yes, when people are saying, which we've said, it's subjective,
Very,
right?
Yeah.
The way we want a team to play. But what do we intend to? What are we saying? The honest
the end goal is to win and get
Yeah.
trophies and results.
honest rival fans are telling you Arsenal will still get better. Okay, so Arsenal, let's just say Arsenal gets better than what we are now.
Yeah.
Are you telling me, oh Lord, it will be scary times, but it's not for us. Let's be patient.
So Akim Morgan comes in with another chat. Shout out to you, Mr. Akim. Agreed, brother. In my humble opinion, he has done good work, but I think one obstacle left is to get something over the line for Arsenal. NGL, do you know NGL? I don't know that.
Not gonna lie.
Eh?
Not gonna lie.
Okay, the toxicity came from years of pain. Now needs change. See, I get what Akim Morgan is saying, and I understand it. See, if you need personal work, I'm not talking about Akim Morgan. I'm sure it's not. But you're just playing devil.
No, of course.
Those fans that need personal work, go out and fix yourself. Go and see a therapist. Do not project what happened to us in the past or in your personal life in the past. No, go and fix yourself.
You don't project it on others. Of course.
Go fix yourself. It's like a lady telling you what my ex. I don't give an F what your ex did. I don't care. If you can't fix yourself, bye. I don't have time to be a therapist. Life is hard.
Am I coming to date you and your ex?
Yeah, life is tough. If you can't get past your bad past experiences, it's on you. It's on you. So for all those Arsenal fans who wants to reflect and still, what happened in the past? I'm sorry. Go fix yourself. Life is difficult. Life is hard. Move on. If you don't move on, get lost. That is the real truth. Life is difficult.
Yes. Because I don't see why we are complaining.
Do you know the hypocrisy of those people sometimes?
Mm.
We've seen so many hair crashes. We've seen so many auto accidents. Stop driving because you've seen a few accidents on the road. Stop flying because you've seen a few accidents on the road. Sometimes, come on, these people are just clutching for straws. Say, Akimoga said, LOL, damn real talk. It's true. Shout out to you, Mr. Akin. Shout out to you. So, if it's by that logic, those people who are clutching on the past experiences, once you see an accident, don't drive anymore. Don't use cars. Why don't you go and get a camel? Get a camel.
Exactly, or a horse.
Or a horse.
Like you said, simply stop supporting us now so that we can be rid of this.
Yeah.
You understand? We can be rid of. See, I understand what it means to be a football fan.
Sure.
Right? I'm not going to say oh, we've seen this picture before. Yes, we've seen the picture before, but it's not the one before that it's not the picture before I'm looking at now. I have to focus on what is in front of me.
Exactly.
Those are memories, right? We are talking about we've seen the picture before. We saw the picture before. One, we didn't have money. Two, what were the quality of players?
Players we
Three,
had.
we couldn't keep our players.
Sure.
Four, too many injuries. Five, the quality of the players replacing the ones that had the injuries were not up to snuff.
Sure.
Now Arteta is taking care of all these things, and you're still complaining about the past. The reason some people don't have love in their life is nobody else but them.
Themselves.
So they should not carry their loveless life and come and spoil, pour rain on our parade.
No,
and they shouldn't spoil our parade. As I said, don't use your reggae spoil my blues.
I'm telling you, if you cannot get rid of your bad experiences, see, majority of people have gone through bad experiences.
Yes.
And you learn from it and keep it the fuck on and keep moving on. Don't tell me, we've seen Arsenal lost the league last season, right? I was offended. But guess what? It's passed. We had a few players, meaning we've did a few tweaking. So I'm hoping that we change a few things and we have empirical evidence to those logic I'll just put down.
Yeah.
We bought in Timber, we bought in Kai, even though it's subjective, so we don't like Kai. For me, I'm not going to judge Kai until the end of the season. We brought in Timber, we brought in Declan Rice to help negate our last experiences of last season. That's the logic. So when people say we've seen it before, no, there was no Rice last season. There was no Kai last season. There was no Timber last season. So calm down. It's just night games. So sometimes we overreact.
And you know the funny thing? Sorry. The problem I have with these guys is they say things they forget. These same people are telling us, Aston Villa are going to be tough this year. Brighton are going to be tough this year. This team is going to be tough this year. You know there are other tougher teams now. Why are you still looking for magic?
It don't make sense. There's no logic. It's pure emotions. It's pure fluid emotions. It's just pure emotions.
Because you're telling me Newcastle, they are going to do more. Okay, then you're expecting when I go and play Newcastle, I win 1-0. You now come and be asking, we didn't play well today. What the hell is your problem?
A lot of emotionality and senselessness. But do you know sometimes right? It reflects badly on society. We need a society where you need to be people who enjoy dysfunctionality. Let's argue about things that we cannot control. Let's be excessively emotional, which is crazy. Like you made a good point. Some people will say Newcastle is going to be tough, Brighton is going to be tough. Now, if you now beat those teams by a narrow margin and we didn't play aesthetically pleasing, you are still complaining. Even though we got the most important thing, the 3 points. What the F is your problem? What the F is your problem?
There are people complain. The same Tottenham, they are scared. They are best. Tottenham started like this. They are shy. Maybe they are, would I say, 5 to 6 points better off than last season.
Yeah.
This was still how they started under Conte. Tottenham is tough. This one, okay, Tottenham came and we drew 2-2. The winger that was supposed to replace our first choice winger, which was Trossard.
Yeah, got injured. Right.
He didn't even feature.
Yeah.
Then Rice got injured halftime.
Yeah.
In fact, he's not even injured. He was already injured playing in the game. So now you're not complaining about this. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense to me. We can't be complaining about these things. Then we'll say, the reason we lost, Tottenham were better. See, that's why I love when you say it's subjective. I asked, okay, fine, Tottenham were better. How many chances did they create?
Yeah.
People still couldn't answer. Meaning what? Any argument, whatever better is, you know what better is.
For you.
Odegaard goes in match. Odegaard goes in match. What do you want Odegaard to do? Do you want him to score or do you want him to be running around the whole place and dribbling everybody? Against Man City, they were saying, he ghosted. Odegaard had most shots in the game. Odegaard won the ball how many times? Odegaard was the one was dribbling. It just makes it funny. And these things come from all those Chelsea fans that are brainless will be whispering in your ear.
But to be fair, I think it's a bit cheap for us to just put it solely on. I'm not trying to counter your point. I'm just more elaborate.
I'm talking of the Odegaard one.
I get it. See, if somebody is saying some nonsense, right, that shouldn't trigger me to a reaction. I get what you're saying. A lot of this reaction from Arsenal fans are from rival fans triggering them, and they're responding badly to it.
Yeah,
They're
and as you
responding
said,
badly to it.
yeah, as you said, it doesn't stem from them naturally. It stems from what they were based off of, no disrespect, the AFTV conundrum when it began.
Yeah.
Because when it came, these were the things that they start. So they always looked at, if Arsenal fans can say this about their club,
Yeah.
we too, we've given them like the weapon or two, yes, to be able to say all these things. So they can now call, Arsenal, you put at this. What they tell us is what we've actually said about ourselves before.
In the past. So let me read this chat from Akim Morgan. Said, bro, it pains me to see a fan base who is so ready to tear down for any good thing their club does and twerk for rivals. The fan base needs to be the 12th man, and these guys are ready to quit. See,
let them quit.
What I see, right, is still stem from the reflection of society in general. Trust me, it pains me to say this. Social media has already exposed a lot of things I never knew before. Maybe because my circle is small, the kind of people I like to talk to relate to is small.
Yeah.
If you know the amount of dumb people you have on the internet, yeah, some of you might get triggered and call me dumb. That's your opinion. But objectively, if you know the amount of dumb people, oh my goodness,
bro, you see, sometimes. I still refuse to believe some of the things I see
on the internet
or read. I still sometimes, even after I've seen them, I still for some reason refuse to think like that, because I just can't get how somebody would think like that. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but these things are real. I'm serious.
No, bro, they are real. That is what shocks me. Like, how many of you?
He shocked you. Brother Jackie's voice. He shocked you.
Exactly. That is how I feel. I feel shocked. Because I don't expect. You see, and it still comes down to maybe we always think everybody grew up around the same scenarios that we did.
Yeah, exactly.
So, because if everybody did, there wouldn't be kind of differences.
The disparity
disparities in society. Yes.
Yeah, when there's gaping.
Yeah. So sometimes we give too much credit where it's not due, and that's
not needed.
It's not needed.
Let me read this chat from Markin. He said, "I guess Arsenal are not a finished article and have issues, but people act like no progress has been made." That is the hyperbole there. They act as if there's no progress. We've retrogressed so much. Arteta has become a bomb. The team is not playing well. We are out of the Champions League. We're out of the Carabao Cup. Even though the FA Cup next year will not be part of it. I'm looking at the empirical evidence before you is suggesting otherwise. Now, I agree to a certain level that it is not aesthetically pleasing as last season. Anything is subject to change. In all our lives, you can't have identical seasons all the time. Even your personal life. Last year is not like last 2 years or last 3 years, or there'll be a little bit tweak here and there. And what brings us to progress? Like, what is this?
Bro, sometimes improvement doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing at first.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's be honest. It doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing. What do we want? Do we want the long haul, or do we want one season?
They want one night stand.
Exactly. Because most of these people, they just want something you want to just gain once. Even the things where you see some people it be like say this person just blow once. It's not necessarily. Some people have been making years of planning and effort, and it just so happens that you met this everything
at that time.
Yes. So as you said at one particular point, say even everything has time and season, time and chance.
Yeah.
You understand? So Arteta is just doing everything. Now, does it look as if we were bad? We were so good last season, and we have still continued 2 points behind league leaders so far.
Yeah.
Top of our Champions League group.
Yeah.
Only one loss, 13 games, 9 wins and 4 draws. After playing, according to people, 4 top teams. 3 of them are what do they call it? Are the bottom half of the table. One came third last season.
Yeah.
The other one won the league. And the other one, okay, came fifth, but is top of the table this season. And we are 2 points behind. So that means we've done very well. We've won a Carabao Cup match. We're in the next round. We play West Ham. I think, realistically, we are doing well for ourselves.
I see, objectively speaking, we are doing well. So I don't see why people are just on the internet going bonkers over something that is subjective to banter. See, it's like people now banter watch. Let me watch Arsenal game, or let me watch Chelsea's game. So I'll go and banter them on a platform. Like, I get it, banter is part of football. But when you come obsessed,
I don't like it.
If you get obsessed with banter, it becomes dangerous.
That's why I stopped it, because a lot of people now are now watching without sense.
Yeah.
My guys watch football objectively. Now we can banter, yes, but when we are serious. A lot of people don't even think anymore.
Remember, sorry to interrupt you. I don't want to mention anybody's name for people think I'm always piling on people, but you know what I'm talking about. There's a popular guy who is very funny, who does this. He has a bigger channel. Congratulations to him. I don't rate him because it's not about football opinion. It's by jokes and laughter.
Of course, comedy.
So when you come from that sphere of everything is about joke and laughter, nobody that is seriously minded is laughing for 8 hours of the day, unless you're insane and you should be in a psychotic ward. You should be somewhere else. If you want to be laughing, even for 2 hours of the day, there's a special place for you in psychotic ward. So when you indulge yourself, your brain into a channel that's supposed to be a football channel, but all it does is a Moisa, it's all jokes and insult. It actually filters into your subconscious.
I'm hearing his voice in my head.
When it filters into your subconscious, you're not watching football. I'm not saying streams of football streams should be boring. No, I'm not saying that. But don't forget the objective.
Yeah,
it's football. But we have people who have been brainwashed that the stream should be about more of laughter and banter than the game, without them knowing. It's crazy.
I think
that's why I say it.
Yeah, it is. They've already, some people have gone. I said before, some people have already run mad.
Yeah,
and we don't even know because you can't. How do I put? You can't be calling yourself a football fan, and you watch in hate. You understand?
Yeah.
As I am as a football fan, I know I always banter these Blue Rascals, Chelsea.
Sure.
For the fun of it, because and let's be honest, some of them do the most. Like Chelsea fans, honestly, this is not a rant or just to call a particular fan base, but Chelsea fans, they'll be doing some of the dumbest things sometimes. I don't wonder how. I can't understand.
Let me refer to Chelsea fans. So I think across all fan bases have these unfortunate psychopathic people in your fan base. It comes with the territory.
Yes, of course.
It comes with the territory. So, let me push back. How do you measure the fan base with the most psychotic patients?
Okay.
It's subjective. It's subjective.
Yeah, of course. But we see some every time. Now, Manchester United ones, what do I give them? If you don't know, you don't know. So sometimes you can be deluded. Theirs is delusion, which I give to them. Because as you said earlier, because they pay somebody big salary, they think the player is very
exactly.
So that's their own problem. Chelsea fans do what that girl that was with a toxic ex, and I decided, you know what, this thing it will kill me before my time. So instead, I'm not doing it again. Let me go. And the guy will be like, "Go! You're not even this."
Yeah.
Then when you go, maybe she will make video of how her day is going. Nothing. The guy will be stalking every time. Maybe she's parking here. They will turn to PI, private investigator. They'll use another car, wear sunshade, wear cap so that they'll be seeing what.
Oh Lord.
It takes me to preseason. I never knew these guys were like this, but sometimes when things are hard, you will see some people's nature.
Sure.
What happened? Okay, you sold Kai Havertz and Mason Mount.
Yeah.
People said they are horrible players, they should go.
They should go.
You don't want to see them.
Yeah.
Now, Kai Havertz came to Arsenal. Mason Mount went to Manchester United. When Mason Mount went to Manchester United, you see, when people say you don't like a player, be careful. It's just like, no, bro, you know what I said so? When Mason Mount went to Manchester United, a lot of them were so pained. They literally took a stake and drove it through their hearts. I'm telling you, you were seeing some. How can you traitor Manchester United?
But you don't rate him. But you don't rate him.
What now made them angry was Mason Mount. They now gave Mason Mount the number 7 shirt. You know when that ex now left you, went to another place, somebody really cherished her, was tweeting and she was happy. Or those men where they are trying, then their wife will be showing them pepper. When I tell them they want divorce, then all of a sudden the guy, after begging and begging, just okay, well, there's nothing I can do. Then as he said, let him start life, he now meets a hotter and younger girl. Ooh. You know, there's a way the tea used to paint them. They say it hits different.
Hey, he's different, that's sure. He's different.
So then I gave you number 7. Arsenal signed Kai Havertz. 65 million. Arsenal throwing 65 million.
Is it your money?
That was 65 million.
Yeah.
It's not your money. It's still not my money. It's the club's money. They decided 65 million is good. Now, the 65 million, we signed Kai Havertz. Chelsea fans went to go and pay for Apple Prime, paid for a Arsenal subscription, paid for Manchester United subscription to watch these guys to see if they will fail. Like, I've not seen people waste money just to be evil, and you're still not good at it.
Oh Lord, very interesting perspective. Yeah. And
now they are the number 1 people telling us that we are not good enough.
Yeah.
Because I see Manchester United fans, the logical ones are like, why are Arsenal fans complaining? Like right now, you don't need to be tearing anything up. Yeah. All you need to do is win.
Sure.
Win. You will get there. Win. The aim is winning. Just win and get to the business end of this
season
when you're supposed to get to, and go all unleash the pain.
Yeah.
Because that's what's most important. So you're now telling me that the Chelsea fans, okay, on the weekend, what happened? These were the same people happy for years that were not good enough, that fine football doesn't win you anything. You don't win anything with kids.
Yeah.
And it's so ironic that they are now the underage, underage signers.
Exactly. Signing all the youngsters.
There's a 16-year-old boy from Colombia that they signed, Kendrick Paez. That the boy, I won't lie, as a youngster, that boy is like his tech is good. So they are screaming out 6. Chelsea have fallen so far. From Drogba is better than Henry to 16-year-old boy. We don't know.
Scrapping for 16-year-olds.
You understand? They went to Brazil. Imagine their bench against Arsenal.
Oh, sorry.
That was the difference. That was what I made Arteta come back, because the bench mattered. He knew, he made those changes to bring Kai, bring Trossard, bring Eddie, bring Smith Rowe from the same bench.
Sure.
It changed the game. So I don't get, why they will talk, and you will now be listening to Tottenham fans too, because they are managing to top the table
at this moment. Keyword.
Who brought up Odegaard argument? It's Tottenham fans. Odegaard versus
Maddison.
Like, see, let me even tell you, Maddison can still be doing all this one. Maddison is still not better than Odegaard.
He's not.
Let's not kid
Objectively.
Now,
I'll give to them. At the moment, it's looking like. See, I'm an objective person. I'm not an idiot. Yeah. At the moment, Maddison is looking like, based on how Maddison is playing with Tottenham, where they are. But we know objectively, across the last 2-3 seasons, Odegaard is a better player. So I'm
Bro.
not going to use a moment of purple patch to judge someone against someone who has done it consistently. I'm not doing that.
Bro, even when they say at the moment, I'm not even going to say better than Odegaard. You understand? Why I'm not saying better than Odegaard? He's doing his bits. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing it for his club. Fine. Odegaard maybe drop of form, maybe something. We still also said it. As you're looking at what do they call it? The game against with Jorginho and all those guys, he's not getting the free because they are slowing the game down. It's not as fast as before. You understand? There are some combinations he played with this person. He played with
Partey, especially Partey. He had a good relationship with Partey and Saka on that left.
Yeah. So it's not the same. So when you look at it, you can understand. Now, in some moments, can he do better? Yes. Sure. Some things, yes. But when you get there, you build on doing better, piece by piece, and you hit it and you just move on. So I'm not going to entertain, ghosting or hiding. He's not hiding. You understand? Because I'm seeing those same idiots are bringing Richarlison to compare with Jesus. See,
we're not going to give that airtime. We're not going to give that airtime. No, you are not going to disrespect Jesus.
You understand?
No.
Oh, because they're starting for Brazil. They were starting for Brazil. It's the bomb that was there before.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
Last game, they didn't start him.
The other clown that was Brazil's former clownish coach. Magalhaes was not going.
Like this guy will say,
"Hey, stop! Hey, hold on! Hey, stop!
Exactly. Come on. You talk about Richarlison? Hell no.
They are calling Richarlison, Son, and Maddison the whole the dangerous trio. We will soon see. Which dangerous trio.
Okay.
All those Son. That's why I say it. When the game done tough, may you pack boss. Son will not show. Why? Exactly. Because he needs space to bend it. Son cannot do what Jesus does. Let's not insult him.
He doesn't come close. So let's round up the stream. For us, Arsenal so far, he's not been as pathetic or bad like some of the English pundits are making him seem. He's not. He has been a very good season. We are not as atrocious as making him to seem. Let me read this chat from Aki Morgan. People have the waiting to raise the Odegaard agenda, I think, because Maddison is the media darling. God bless you. See,
English boy.
See, any English player, there's a way they're going to embellish them, make them seem like they are the best thing after us. We know what the media is doing with Bellingham at Real Madrid. I don't think it's world class. Let him score 100 goals. He's not world class. Because I've seen Dele Alli do what Jude is doing at the moment. So you're not going to do that to me twice. So Maddison, the media darling, and Bruno doesn't turn up in big games, so they want company in their misery. Exactly. Shout out to you, Mr. Akin. So nobody can tell me Jude is a world-class player. So this far, we've been doing great. The naysayers can continue to push the agenda. Something about our agenda that is not true because we have proven with evidence, empirical evidence, to show that we are not doing bad. Look at the table. We are seeing the Carabao Cup. We're playing West Ham next week. We are seeing the Champions League in our group. So show me where Arsenal is doing bad. Aside from the subjective, we are not playing aesthetically pleasing. Aside from that, show me with hard evidence where Arsenal is playing bad. So you can't show us. So your last word, Mr. Efosafo, as a roundup.
Anybody can. If you don't like Arsenal, it's your business.
Yeah.
We love the club.
Exactly.
The love of a fan. Why a fan is a fan is even in bad times, you stick with them. We stuck with Arsenal. So right now, I think it's safe to say we are being paid for it. We are being paid for the good. And at the end of the day, the club doesn't owe us anything. You understand? Yes, we might be fans, yes. But they don't owe us. If you decide you don't like what they are doing, you stop supporting or you support someone else. Exactly. Is what it is. So
shout out to Oxymoto. Shout out to our guy. How you doing today, Mr. Oxymoto? Hello, brothers. It's a result-based business. Exactly. Now, we're not going to dispute the fact that even it's a result-based business, you want some entertainment, some flair, some exactly just like everybody loves a beautiful woman, but you want her to have some brain. You're not gonna say
Yes,
she
true.
loves be beautiful and be a dummy. No, you want some
Yeah, it's
flair,
not
but
good. You know.
like you said, is a result-based business. Shout out to you, Mr. Oximoto, on that. So, guys, make sure you like the video. Very, very important. If you're here to subscribe, do us that favor by subscribing. It's very, very important for the growth of this channel and the algorithm, because we need to push logical channels like this into the algorithm so that we don't allow our friends from the other side who have agendas to push to always dominate the conversation all the time.
Yes.
Shout out to Mr. Efosa for always coming through, even at short notice sometimes. I really appreciate your effort, your
It's nothing.
eruditic, and your contributions to this channel. Guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe. I will see you guys. Maybe we'll come back and do the Sheffield United preview later in the day. What do you think?
Sheffield, I don't know if I'll be available.
Okay,
Can
no
we do
problem.
it
We'll
on
talk behind the
Friday?
scenes. We'll
Okay.
talk behind the scenes. So,
Okay.
StreamYard has started again. StreamYard about to end. StreamYard is acting funny. I'm stuck. So, guys, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bells. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's still live.
I can't click anything. Wow. StreamYard they've done their stuff. Oh Lord. I'm stuck, right? I'm frozen.
Yeah.
I hope our audience can understand. This is not my fault.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, it's a live show. It's not pre-recorded, so it happens. So while we are still forced to stay on online, we continue to talk until StreamYard permits us to leave. Unfortunately, Mr. Ifoto, you have to stay. Maybe you have to continue the conversation since you are still movable, right? While I'm stuck.
Yeah, I am.
So you continue the conversation. I'll be responding.
Well, yeah. So how did you think? What do you think of? Do you like this guy, this Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa?
No. I think he's a bomb. He's overrated. I've seen him enough time. It's like, why would we bring a player who might not give us the see? Arsenal is moved to the next level, right? Maybe
Yeah.
2-3 years ago, I'll take a Douglas Luiz, but right now, I'm sorry. We need to be progressing. We need to move up the ladder. We need quality players, not just anybody that is having a purple patch. I'm tired of this purple patch syndrome that a lot of fans want to lash on, and because anything that is being linked to us by the media, we just jump on it. Like, who is Douglas Luiz better than our midfield at the moment?
I don't know anything because I was looking at, between Douglas Luiz, my view on Fofana.
Yeah,
I think he should
he
be.
doesn't come close to Fafana now.
Yeah, exactly, he doesn't.
He doesn't in any facet of the game. The pace, the athleticism, the power, the passing, the dominance. He doesn't come close. So I don't see it. Now we know Arsenal fans they have this new toy syndrome. Anything that is new is
Yeah,
better than what
exactly.
they have. So, but people with some sense will tell you no. Why is StreamYard acting crazy today? At the end of the stream, this is ridiculous.
You can't leave.
I can't leave. I can't. Nothing is working. Nothing is
Wow.
working.
If you just leave now, that means the whole life doesn't exist.
I'm not too sure. My technical expertise has not got to that level to be sure of that, unless I'm just making an informed prediction. I don't know. I'm clicking, nothing is working.
Wow.
Everything is just loading. Unless I turn off the whole system, which I don't want to do abruptly. That's not. I'll give me a few more minutes. I'll keep on trying other things, whether it will work. I don't know why StreamYard going to just disappoint me this way. Yeah, don't do this to me, StreamYard. Even the last time, it wasn't this long, right?
Yeah, it wasn't.
So I don't know. The Wi-Fi is working. My phone, I can see my phone. I'm watching the stream. You're talking. I'm just stuck. Oh Lord. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's reloading. Hopefully I can be able to do something now.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh Lord. Thank Jesus. Shout out for the patient one that stood by us till this time. So, guys, thank you for being here. Like, share, subscribe, and we are out at this time for real.